See, I hate the concept that you have to start recording in order for the camera to actually turn on, so you can't process anything. Okay, hello. This is my first actual vlog video. I don't know exactly what I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to talk about something because I've been trying to press for me being able to do this for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months now. Let's see here. Get here. There's light outside. I'm here in a hotel room. I'm here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. If you don't believe me, there's that. Dark. Light. There it is. Hello. Hello. Now you can't see me. Alright, so that's Puerto Rico out there. Okay. But I don't have enough light in order to be able to record, so that's what I was doing. Hi. Hello. Nice to see you. Alright, so I wanted to talk very quickly about a few things. Alright. Just really setting myself up to try to start doing this kind of thing and be okay with it. So this is my first vlog video, and I already said that, and I still don't know what I'm going to talk about. I had something written down a while ago, and I thought it was going to be a little bit more poignant because it was a closer time period of something that was going on. I just finished up my 10th year high school reunion about a month ago. And so now that's kind of brought up a lot of concepts about for meeting people and talking about things, and this whole concept of what's next and where am I as an adult or possibly an adult or moving into a next stage. And a lot of these things where seeing these people and seeing where they are, it's kind of conjured two major points where it's one, I feel much better about myself. I feel much better about myself as to where I am in comparison to a lot of people that I went to school with, and at the same time, there are also people that make me kind of feel like maybe I should have done something more. Because in high school, I was by far one of the worst students ever. And by worst, I consider that definition by being the worst as being able to do something and not actually doing it. Because I was a lazy student in high school. I was pretty much a lazy student in most of college too, but in high school I was very lazy. Like, I did the basic minimum amount of stuff that I had to do, and I put it in, and I got my grade, and it was done. Also, the fact that the first 2 years I was at probably one of the worst public schools in the city, so everything was very easy. And then I moved to one of the best schools in the public school system, and everything became very hard, and then it changed so much for the fact that I didn't know what to do when it came to actual work. So now I'm at the point where, at that point anyway, not now, where now, like, I have a slew of grades that were fantastic, and then all of a sudden, like, my grades are like shit. And so if a person just looked at a piece of paper like, oh, what happened to this guy? Like, why are his grades so bad? It's because I actually had to try to do some work, and that didn't work out for me at that time. That finished up, went into school, went to college, still kind of did the same thing, and then there was a point where they put me on academic probation. Basically, like, this is what's going to happen to you if you don't do work. And people were like, oh, are you having a difficult problem not doing the work? Are you having an issue with the classes? Are you not understanding? I'm like, no, that's not the problem. And they're like, all right, well, you need a 3.25 in order to be able to get back into good standing with the school and not be kicked out of your college of choice. College not meaning university, college meaning the particular area which I study. And I'm like, all right, so went in, still barely studied, just studied, which I didn't do before. Actually studied, and I got 3.75. in my college classes of choice. So I wasn't even in some random classes, like actual courses, real deal kind of thing. And so I just had to prove myself. But I mean, by that time, I mean, it was basically too late. That was my basically my last year, if not the kind of in between my last year of school. Um, and so I got what I got, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my degree. I'm East Asian Studies major. I mean, I speak Japanese, but not well enough to really do anything because it wasn't my major. And so now I was kind of in a disposition. I'm like, oh, what do I want to do? Um, and now I'm in this job where I travel a lot, as you can see here in sunny Puerto Rico that you saw earlier. Um, and it's not like I hate it, but there's things that are keep coming into my life where it's now I feel like it isn't what I want to do. And people keep asking me, is this something that you want to do for an extended period? Or how long do you want to be doing this for? And I kind of said into myself that there's a period where I just want to get out of it. And more people that I know are leaving for very legitimate reasons, for good things, and working that part out. And it feels better for me to be able to do that. Like before, I was like, oh man, I'm a quitter if I do something like this. And I've put in my time, and this can be something that can be great and magnificent and awesome for somebody for their entire life. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that thing for you forever. I mean, traveling comes with its own benefits because of the fact that you are traveling. You get to see places that you would never see before. Like people that I know that have never been outside of the United States, don't hold a passport. Like, it boggles my mind. I've been to 3 places when I first started traveling in general. I had been to Canada. I had been a lot of places in the United States. Still haven't been to Mexico. I'm sorry. And then I went to Japan twice, like during my college years, and that just kind of opened everything up. And now I'm in this job where I'm there all the time. And the funny thing about it is that I have so much of my influential years maturing as an adult or as a person in Japan. And I have, in the 4 years that I've been working at this job, I still haven't been back there. It's been 7 years since I've actually been in Japan, and I haven't touched Japanese soil since I've been there, which I find is a very odd and strange thing for me, especially for the fact that I was really set on doing something like that. But I've been to Korea for 6 times already. 6 times already. A place I'd only been to once before. And now I've been like 6 times, and it's the place that I know now much better than I do this place that I've been a part of every day, and taken trains and gone through and meeting people and knowing bars and eating at restaurants, and I don't know anymore. People that I know they have kids now and they're married or they're divorced or they're back home. People that I've had crushes on, people that I've fallen in love with, they're the people now they've moved on in their lives and they're doing shit that's very different than what I was doing or what we were doing before as friends. And just, I don't know, it's a very different kind of thing, and I don't know where to move on with that kind of thing. And now I have a chance to move on to whatever this next thing is beyond this job. I don't know what it is, but I want it so bad, and I have an idea of what it could be, and the only thing really stopping me is being afraid. And watching a video with the guys on SourceFed and talking about in a panel, like, why would you try so hard at something you don't like to do and fail at it when you could fail at something that you like to do and then also possibly succeed? Like, I have a good friend or old friend that I'm not really friends with anymore, but he always used to joke that you have 50% chance. You have the 50% chance of succeeding or failing in everything. Like probability doesn't take into consideration. You have, this is either going to happen or it's not going to happen, and then that 50%, that's it. So why have a 50% chance of failing at something that you don't necessarily want to do, or have a 50% chance of succeeding at something that you actually like doing? And that is a part of this thing, what I'm doing now, like video and camera work. I felt like there was a lot of stuff that I was impeding myself on trying to make this first video. I have a camera, and it's a good camera, and it's high quality camera, and I wanted to start that way. I wanted to start high quality and be able to edit. And I was like, all right, now I'm going to start working on editing, and now that's not. And I was like, I was starting to work on editing and starting to try to do all that kind of stuff. Why? Like, I mean, why do I necessarily need to be able to have to do all this stuff and make it look clean and efficient? I'm working at fucking 4x3 here right now, or whatever this is, and it's not necessary in order to be able to bring what I want to say out into the video and copy it and put it on and upload it and be done. It's just going to stop me from pushing something, and I'm going to work on it, and that's going to be awesome, because I want this to be a little bit of a better venue in order to be able to do something like this. Because I already have a second channel, and I already have a second channel I've already got it worked on, because I wanted to be able to get those names up, get the channel up, be done, and then when I'm ready for that next step, I can start doing it, and it's not already something that I need to work on, just in case someone else tries to swipe the name before I've got it. I've already had an issue trying to get the name that I wanted, and I had to work that out, and I think it's not necessarily better, but it works for what I want it to be, and that's great. So this channel is my main channel. It's what I use to comment on. It's what I'm going to use for me personally. This is going to be my upload things about me, William channel, and this is also going to be about, so it's going to be like vlog stuff, I guess. I already have a couple videos up about me doing performances, doing karaoke shit. So that's going to be up there. Oh, so I'll probably try to do more stuff like that on here. And then I have my other channel, which is going to be primarily trying to do music stuff. I have a general idea of what I want that to be when it comes to doing reviews and talking about actual, real music news, like what's going on in the studio, who's recording what, who's doing what with who, kind of thing, and keeping away from, oh, this person had an altercation at this bar, or this person said this fucking stupid thing, or this person's wearing this thing. That's garbage to me. Like, that's completely unrelated to my life. That is that's money spent that I can never possess in this particular moment of my life. That is clothing that would never be given to me for free to be able to wear on a red carpet. That is cars that I'll never be able to drive because I don't have a good enough credit or enough money outside liquid in my possession in order to be able to test drive. That's all those things. Those things are worthless to me, and that information is garbage to me, and I personally think is garbage to everybody else. And they just don't know it yet. And you're just filling your head with useless information that you don't necessarily need to know about. And that's what I want. That's what I want it to be. I want it to be reviews about albums and singles and EPs and stuff going on in my local community. The big thing is right now what I'm waiting on from that point is I'm planning on moving away from where I am now, which is Oklahoma, back home where I'm from to Seattle. And so that's my big move. And once that happens, then once I get that shit settled down and done, then I can move that there. And so, I mean, to wrap this all up, I mean, I was kind of question, like, what is going on about me now that wasn't the same when I first started, is that the major point is when I first started this job, I was really excited about this job. I was very happy. I was in a good place. I had my own place. I was living in New York City. I was traveling everywhere. I was meeting new people. And then all of that started to dwindle away. I'm still in this awesome job, but I realized that this job is completely, like, not soul sapping, but my major characteristics, personality, what I love about myself, what I hate about myself at the same time, but what makes me me, has changed dramatically because of the fact that I'm in a particular venue or I'm in a space where that gets harvested so much. And if you know Myers-Briggs test, I am an ENTP or ENTJ by naturally, and I decided to take the test again just to see what it was. And in a year and a half, 2 years since the last time I took the test, I've now switched from this to from ENTJ to INTP, which is, the first one is completely different. How you switch from being an outside person to an inside person. And I understand why, because taking the test, I was so frustrated because of the fact that there was what I naturally knew I wanted to answer, but given the time period and the space that I'm in, I knew it wasn't truthful, because it wasn't something I would immediately do now, because of the fact that I have to deal with that stuff all the time. I have to be with I have to be with these people and do these things all the time, and it's something that I can't necessarily be and do all the time, and it bothers me. I'm like, this is not me anymore. Like, and I'm one of those people who are like, oh yeah, people are like, oh yeah, you should get out and you want to do things. I was like, you don't understand my job. Like, you don't get the fact that I'm around people that I don't want to be around pretty much the bulk of the day. And so by the time I'm finished, all I want to do is sit at home, be with a group of friends, or just play fucking video games. It's nuts, like, how much of like a home, not even a homebody, but like how much of a homebody I've become. Like, I love going out and doing things with my friends, but I'd rather just have like a good group of people that I all know together and doing something than going out and do shit like I used to be. Like, I used to be able to just go out by myself and fucking go for it, and it was great, and like, I would do my thing and I wouldn't care. And now I hate going out by myself and doing that kind of thing, because of the fact that it's another place where it's just a bunch of random people that I may like or dislike, but probably more than the fact that I probably won't even just be interested in it. It might just not like dislike, but more like the fact that I won't be interested in that kind of thing. And so now I'm just like, oh, what do I do here? I have to make some sort of change. Now, the adult part of me says I have to do X, Y, and Z before I'm done, and I'm not going to change that. There's certain things that I have to do that require insurance and money, and depending on how long it takes for me to switch out from something else that requires money and insurance, I'm going to do these 3 things that I need to do, which are, it's basically work on me, or physically on me. So, trying to figure out some stuff medically, which isn't crazy, and then I'm really trying to work on doing something with dental work and orthodontic surgery, which is a thing now, and that kind of thing. So that's stuff that I need to work on. That's going to require money, and I need to be able to collect that much money, and also work on trying to pay debt, which I'm already starting to work on now, which is great. And then this kind of thing is kind of working with the extra money I have beyond that. And so hopefully this gets better. All of this will get better. This is going to be the first video. That way I'm done and it's finished. And then beyond that, it's going to be better. I'm going to have to work on the concept of being able to take the camera, the real camera, and putting it in high quality and getting that done and moving around and getting my stuff out there. I've already started working on, for me, on my personal stuff, working on being more uniform. So all of my character names now on Twitter and YouTube, and all the stuff that I sign up for is now under this thing. The unique, apparently the most unique thing that I have, which is still not a unique thing, but it's well enough that people don't have this name already. Lord OttomBottom is my guy now. Because I was so trying to be that thing, other thing, like most of my other stuff is synesthesia, and that's what I used as non-video games and non-kind of other things. That's what I wanted, but so many other people wanted to use that, and that became a very not unique thing. So now I'm trying to kind of move that by the wayside, and hopefully that kind of works out for me. So now that's a little bit more uniform. And now I'm in an investigation phase. So like what I want to do, what can I do to make this better, about making myself get out there and talking to people and being a part of a community. And that's a whole other video that I don't want to talk about right now, about what the YouTube community is. And now I guess I'm a part of the SwordSpec community. I don't know what that means. So hopefully that can work out for me, and that's pretty much it. So now I'm in a crossroads stage where I'm trying to move out of my place in Oklahoma and packing that shit up and figuring out what I want to give away and keep. And like, I really have this really awesome bed that I like, and it was in storage for like 2 years, and then I finally got to be able to use it in the past year. And so it's seriously like 5 years old, but I've only have like 2 years of use in it, and I really want to bring it with me. And it's like I'm really contemplating whether or not I want to take it. And so stuff like that. And then now I'm looking on the next time I go back home, I'm going to try to give all my cooking and all my cookware stuff away, which is a really big deal, because that's a massive collection of stuff that I've been really kind of working on for a long time. So a lot of that stuff is I'm probably gonna keep smaller stuff, spatulas, gyoza crumb crincher, hopefully 1 or 2 good pans. So that's where that is. That could probably be a whole different thing right now. So I'm gonna finish this by saying that I'm trying to raise the level of happiness that I have in my life, and I feel like I've figured out somewhat how to do that, and that is to set a goal for when this is over. Set a goal for when this video is over, which is already maybe at 25 minutes, it's 23 minutes now. Set a goal for when this is over, as when it comes to this stage in my life, and then moving on to the next thing and figuring out what that is and making this better. Because a lot of signs are showing me that this is the right thing. And a friend of mine said, you can't wait on other people in order to be able to move with this next thing that you really want to do. Because if you wait, then something's going to happen where you're going to have to be pushed back because of something else, something's going on with somebody else. And you can't wait for that. And that's true, and that's what I'm trying to do. That is really what I'm trying to do. And so now that's where I am, and now I'm trying to finish this move. Up. Still don't have a fuck all idea of where I'm going to be moving to in Seattle, but it's going to happen. So that's going to be something that's going to go on later on in the month. I'll probably do video or photos when I'm there. That's going to be my birthday weekend, so that's going to be shit cray. But that's it. And so hopefully from this point on I can start continuously doing this stuff. Maybe it's probably not going to be once a week. It might be, I'll probably pick and choose. I still have one more video that I want to upload probably the next couple of days for karaoke stuff that I haven't touched yet. And then start doing recordings for that stuff, because that's another thing that I'm really kind of passionate about, is trying to be confident in my voice, singing and speaking, and then beyond that, just do it. And that's it. And I'm working on this kind of music thing for the other channel, which eventually I'll have links up, but there's nothing there yet. It's blank. There's no point in me telling you what that is. hopefully someone sees this besides me trying to share it, because I don't really feel like sharing it right now. But I'm on that step of trying to upload it, so that's done. And so that's it. I just went over 25 minutes. And that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm William. This is my first blog post. And hopefully you somewhat enjoyed it, and hopefully you see something that you might like. There you go. Click the annotation, subscribe to the channel, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Great. There's probably nothing there, though. Click on the links that I have, though. Twitter, I don't, Facebook, no, not Facebook. Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. That's it. Done. So it looks like I'm not actually clicking the button. And stop.